All right, guys, we are going to go over facial proportions. So we've kind of learned how to do eyes, nose, and mouth. From the angle that we're going to be drawing, I don't really feel like we need to talk about ears because it's just, we're not really going to be seeing much of our ears in our image. So we do need to know the proper place to lay out our features. And we need to start with a basic head shape. And the way we do that is, and again, this is just a basic kind of layout. We're going to sort of start with the upside down egg shape just to sort of get us going, and then we can add our jawline and chin shape and stuff according to our individual a little bit better. Now I'm not going to do that because I'm not basing this off of anybody in particular. I'm just a generic kind of non-gender specific human is usually how it turns out when I do this. So, again, we are going to upside down egg. Just get it as close as you can to being equal on both sides. I don't really know if that helps. So, I will also provide for you kind of a handout you can use, or I'll probably just post it on Classroom so you can refer back to the steps if you need to. So we have got kind of our basic egg shape here. And we're going to want to start by dividing our face in half, okay? And by doing this, this is going to be a line that we eventually erase, so do it nice and light. But by doing this, we probably won't erase it today because I want you to refer back to this. So hopefully you're doing this in your sketchbook. If not, you're doing it on scrap paper. Just make sure you don't lose this piece of paper. But after you kind of draw that line down the middle, you can maybe make a few adjustments like, okay, I can tell now over here I got more space over here. So I'm going to kind of try to make that match a little bit more here. Like I got more space here. I'm going to make this side a little bit more slender down here. So, okay, we're not gonna nitpick this too much because we got to move on. But anyways, you kind of divide your egg in half, and then you can kind of make more adjustments there. And then we're going to divide our egg in half this way. Okay. So what a lot of people tend to do is they think that this is actually for our eye line. Okay, this is where our eyes are going to go. A lot of people want to put their eyes up here on their forehead. A lot of people forget too that we have hair up here, and they want to put our eyes all the way up here, but our eyes are actually right in the middle of our head. Okay, so I would like you to go ahead and label this eye line. Okay. So from here, we're going to divide this in half, and that is where the bottom of our nose is going to be. Okay, so I'm going to put bottom of nose. Okay, and then we're going to maybe not go quite half, maybe like 1/3 down. So I might do this way, halfway down, and then this is halfway of the half, and then we have like from here about 3/4 down is probably where we want to put this. This is where our mouth is going to kind of go, and this is the mouth line. It's the middle of the mouth line. Okay, and I guess you know, our chin and our jaw and all that's going to be determined to the person, so that might change, and everybody's proportions might be a little bit different. Maybe they have a shorter nose or more space between their nose and their lip because they've got a longer face. This is just basic kind of blueprint of the layout. So now we're going to kind of do our eyes. So I'm going to just start by kind of doing I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. I'm going to kind of start by like doing sort of a football, like half kind of football up here, kind of a half right there. And then I'm going to start do another one right here. Okay, so that doesn't look very even. I think I'm going to scoot. Actually, I think I have more room on this side of my head, so I'm going to narrow this in a little bit. And then I'll probably scoot this over a little bit too. You may not need to make those adjustments. These are adjustments that I need to make. So just kind of be aware. Now, the reason I'm adjusting this is because when you look here, this is part of my handout that I'll post, but we should be able to fit 5 eyes end to end along that line when you're looking straight ahead, okay? Now, this doesn't mean wrapping around towards your ear. That just means looking straight on. You should be able to fit an eye in between and then like have 2 more eyes on the other side of your face. Okay, again, not wrapping around to your ears, just straight forward looking at the face. So, anyways, I want to maybe kind of guess. That looks pretty, you know, let's see, that's about the same length there. You could use some sort of measurement. Now, I have too much space between my eyes here, but I do have the right amount here. So I'm going to probably need to make my eyes just a little bit more large. This way. Let's see. So that's probably a little bit longer now. So now I've got about, that's probably a better size. So, adjust eyes. For those of you that aren't paying attention to my voice and are just trying to do this without me. Adjust eye size to, so you have about 5 eyes along eye line. Okay. So again, that's kind of the point of this proportionally. You may need to adjust your head shape too. All right, so there's my eyes, okay? So after that, I'm going to kind of come down here and I'm going to put in the bottom of my nose. All right, so if you kind of remember where how I like to start my nose, I kind of like to start my nose sort of like this, and then I'll kind of go like, there's my nose. Now my bridge is going to connect kind of up into my brow bone. Okay. And again, spacing between here and here depends on the person. How wide or narrow the bridge is also depends on the person. And then I've got my like little nostrils here. Okay. So now the next thing that we need to kind of do is the corner of our eyes, just to kind of help proportionally, again, individual person. Do you see how if I do like a straight line kind of down from the corners of my eyes, that should be like where the sides of my nostrils would be. Okay. So you might have to make adjustments based off of that after you kind of know that. And then after we kind of put in our iris here, if we go sort of, it's not quite the middle of the eye. I would say it's more like right here down, like the inside of the iris down. That's where we're going to kind of have the width, the size of our mouth. Okay, so this is the middle of the mouth. This is going to kind of come out like so. Get it nice and centered. I'm running out of time, so I'm rushing. bottom mouth. So that should be about the width of your mouth, okay? Again, this is just basic kind of layout that may not fall for everybody, but that's sort of what it is. So so this is our eyebrow bone, our bone structure. We could kind of come in here and add our eyebrow, however it's shaped for that person. And then we also have our hair. Okay. Our hair is our hairline is roughly, you know, maybe midway, you know, hairline-ish per person. Everybody has different, like, hairlines. Some people are balding, some people have that widow's peak, but you can kind of determine where that hairline should start. Maybe I have a part up here, and our hair is going to go up above our head. Okay, go above head. Okay, hair. Because it usually, you know, it usually does come up off the top of our head some. Okay, and then our ears, if we do kind of a line out, it's going to actually kind of go right there. So along with our top of our ears, with the bottom of our eyebrow, and usually to the bottom of our nose. And then we have our neck, outside corner of our eyes. If we kind of come down, that's usually where our neck starts. Okay? So, I'm sorry, that was kind of a rushed and fast lesson. I was running out of time. But that's the basic layout of a face proportionally, and what is aligned with what. So after that, you are done for today.